Welcome, my friends. It is Aaron Parker. We are live, and I have a very special guest, Rockstar affiliate out in Canada. Chera's in the house. What's up, Chera?
Hello, everybody. What's up?
All right. So excited to be interviewing you once again, bringing the value, bringing the golden nuggets, the secret strategies. I just want to welcome all MDC affiliates who are here watching this. By the way, if by chance you snuck on here or you're not yet an affiliate with MDC and you're just here to learn some strategies on how this rock star is crushing it in her business, signing up a lot of people, then just sit back, relax, take some notes. Be sure to get back to the person who invited you here so you can join MDC, become a part of the family. We will be excited to start working with you and helping you get paid and making money with us every single week like we do. Chera, how long have you been a part of MDC? Just want to let everybody know.
So I just looked at my back office the other day because I was like, it's got to be coming up, and I missed it. A week ago. I was 3 years. 3 years now, a week ago.
Come on, everybody.
Crazy.
Give it up for Chera. 3 years, guys. This is like it's like an eternity in network marketing, right? I mean, how often is it that people actually stick it out? It seems like it doesn't actually happen that often, unfortunately, because we always get the syndromes and grass is greener and all that kind of stuff. Well, Chera has stuck it out and she's still crushing it, having success. She's out in Canada. And what we're going to be doing today on this training for all MDC affiliates, we have decided to make this public so that everyone inside of My Daily Choice can learn. Feel free to share this video with your team because, again, you've got some affiliates out there that want to learn some new strategies, some new techniques, some things that are working for other affiliates. And that is why we're here to interview Chera, because she's not just been around for 3 years with MDC, but she is consistent. She is always getting on the leaderboards. She's always getting in the bonus pool, getting her 4 every month, regardless of how big her team is. She's still out there leading by example from the front, showing her team what's up, how to do it. And so we're excited to learn. So what we're talking about specifically on this training is how did Chera, I know that like Chera, every month you're in the bonus pool. So you're always getting at least 4 new enrollments every month, right? Miss Consistency. I love it. Hey, what's up, little one?
She just snuck in. Can't lock doors in this house.
I love it. But Chera has enrolled 13 new paid customers and affiliates in January, and she's got a new method that she's been using to enroll so many new people. And all of you watching this, you're in luck because she's going to share it with you right now. So Chera, I'll be here to kind of bounce ideas back and forth and interject, but I'm going to turn it over to you and let you get this party started.
Okay. Well, hello, guys. Yes, consistency, as he said, that is the number one. I can't stress enough how I tell my team, I tell everybody, you have to be consistent, and consistency doesn't mean that you're always motivated, because I'm not always motivated. Let me tell you, there's some days and I have a lot going on. I have the 2 kids. Now I have a new puppy. Don't know what I was ever thinking. So 2 kids, brand new puppy, 2 dogs on top of that. So we're at 3 dogs. And it's insane, right? So there's days where you're not motivated, but you need to be consistent. And that just comes with running a business. Like and I tell everybody this all the time, like nothing sets me apart other than the fact that I treat this as a business. And this is what, this is a business. This is no different than a business. So for me, the biggest thing I would say is the consistency.
Dad to the rescue.
Yeah, Dad comes in.
Naked babies.
You guys, anybody can do this. Just go with her for 1 sec, okay? So
you gotta love it. That brings back memories. My girls are 12 and 14. And that exact thing has happened to me many times. So I understand. And you are a superstar.
You know what? And when I started this business, and this just goes to show you guys, because when I started this business, they were both little babies. Like little babies, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. I was literally out of the hospital days before I started this business. And that's why I started this business. So it's kind of cool to see like how it's come about. Like you can literally do it from every age, because I was doing it when they were tiny little babies needing me, and I only needed to do it, at 3 a.m. when I was feeding. And now it's like, well, you never know what you're going to get. There might be a puppy running in, a dog running in, somebody's running in, or a kid. So anyways, back to what we were saying now. So, consistency is a huge thing. You guys you need to be consistent in your business, and consistency doesn't mean motivation, because you're not always motivated, but you have to. And I'm going to kind of touch on that a little bit later on, because I do have a way that just to show you how I've been consistent and what that means. So I did want to talk about the new method that Aaron mentioned, and it's called the 3-3-3 method. So I'm going to keep looking at notes, so don't mind me here, because I do want to make sure I get this completely, every single part of it to you. So at the beginning of the month, I started doing this 3-3-3 method. I learned it actually a little while ago. The reason it's worked so well this month for me is because I just came off of basically 2-3 months of me just slacking, for lack of a better word. I was getting really annoyed with myself. And if anybody knows me, I'm very competitive. If I set a goal, I have to set to it. And I hadn't been doing that. I hadn't been on the leaderboard. I hadn't been consistent. I had lost my motivation. So I've known about the 3-3-3 rule for a while, but I basically needed to take a step back and just reset myself. And so when I did that, I looked at myself and said, what can I do to just reset? Pretend like I'm a brand new affiliate. I've never done this before. What can I do to just reset myself and reset my business? So I came back to the good old 3-3-3 method, and that it's been a game changer. So with this, and now I always tell everybody that do pick one person, 3 people. So, okay, sorry. So pick 3 people. For what I'm going to explain, you need 3 people. For what I've done this month, I picked 10, because you
said 10?
I've done 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I've stuck to 10 consistent people for this. So don't overwhelm yourself if you think, oh my gosh, 10's a lot of people. Like, don't overwhelm yourself. Stick to 3. If you want to go big, go to 10. Okay. So, what you're going to do is you're going to pick 3 people, and maybe it's on your chicken list that you haven't talked to before, or it's people that you have on your Facebook. And if they're with another company, that's what I've been doing. And they're higher up in their company. You pick those 3 people, write them down so you remember them every day. And for 3 days consistently, you're going to comment on 3 posts. So you go to their page, pick 3 of their posts. And I don't recommend just doing the last 3 that they just did, because that looks spammy. So take some time, go through their profile. Let's say she posted, let's say there's a girl named Sam. We're going to use Sam, for example. So Sam, I go to her page. Today she posted a picture of her dog. I'm going to comment on that one. I'm going to love it. So that's another heart 3 posts, comment 3 posts, and reply to stories. So I'm going to go to that post. I'm going to comment on it. I'm going to love it. And then I'm going to scroll for a little bit and see something else that catches my eye. I'm not just going to go to the next one and quickly comment and then the next one. And I'm not trying to rush this process. So scroll down a few bit and I'll see, oh, she just posted something that looks really good to eat. So I'll go comment on that. Love it. And then the next one's super motivational. Maybe it's from last month. Comment on that. Boost her algorithm too, right? So
is this only on Facebook?
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah. Facebook. I mean, you can do it on Instagram. I haven't really ventured to Instagram yet, but you can. I mean, you definitely can. It works for both. And then what you're going to do is, so most of the people that I've picked to do my 10, they are very active on Facebook. So every day they will have stories no matter what. So it's not an if they have a story, go reply. They no matter what have a story because they're probably in another company or they're probably just very active on Facebook. And that's kind of what I'm looking for people that are coming into the team.
So let me back up just a little bit. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way, everyone who's watching this, be sure you're taking notes, engage with us in the comments, and just connect with us. Just to let us know that you're getting value, things like that. So these people that you are doing this method with, I did notice you mentioned that a lot of them are already networkers, right? So they're already in maybe some online business, entrepreneur, network marketer. I'm assuming most of them are women because they'll be able to connect with you maybe a little bit better. But I think that finding that target market, that target audience, which in this case would be other network marketers, is important in this process. And so I'm just confirming that is true. And then the other question that I have is, where are you going out on Facebook to find those people to do this with? Like, because I know that's what people are at. Where do I find these people? Where do I go to look for?
Yes, true. So now that, like I said, I'm talking about the 10 because I picked 10 this month. 10 are completely random new people that I love their profile. I love their vibe. 5. 5 of them are completely random. I love their vibe. I love everything they stand for. The other 5 that I chose are actually people that are in network marketing. So they're either high up in their company, they post a lot, and I just kind of want to grab their attention because you never know what's going on behind closed doors in other companies, right? So for that, I picked 3 girls and I picked 2 guys. So I've connected with, I do have more women than I do men, but I still opening up a little bit more doors for men as well because a lot of men are very successful in network marketing. So 2 of them were guys, 3 of them were women. Those ones were already in network marketing and I just wanted to get on their radar. They've all pitched me their business already, which was great. But you know what? They've already put me into their inbox, so I love it. The other 5 are completely new people I've never talked to before. So they were just random where I just found them. So now, where do I find people? For me now, as I've been adding people, it comes up on my suggested because those are the type of people I've been adding. So for me, it's been a little bit easier. However, going back to the basics, how I kind of started adding people and where I found people from originally is groups. And I just, I go into groups and I never recommend going into groups that are work from home jobs, stay at home jobs, work online jobs, make money from home. None of those. I don't ever recommend going into any of those groups because it's all scams. A lot of scams. It's just a lot of spam. It's people that are already in businesses trying to pitch their business. It's not good. It's not something you want to do. So I never recommend going into groups that are about making money or staying at home. I go into groups, for instance, for me, mom groups. And there's so many. Like, go into your community mom group, go into your country moms group. Like, there's so many. We have like one that's like a Canna moms in Canada. And then there's, like different ones in the neighborhoods and stuff. So I go into a mom's group because I can relate with people better. And basically what I do is I go into that group. I will first put a post in there, nothing to do with business at all. It's solely me introducing myself, a couple of things that I love, and I keep it very point blank. I put emojis in there and looking for new friends. If you want to connect, let me know. And I do have actually a script for that I do use that I keep for posts, which I can share in the comment section here. I forgot to do that today, but I'll share that because it's the same one that I do for every group once I enter the group. And then I put a picture of me and the puppy, me and the kids, something that'll grab attention. Right now, the dog's grabbing everybody's attention, so I'm using it to my advantage. So I go into the groups and then I introduce myself. There's people that add comments like, hey, I can relate to this. I add them, or I tell them to add me actually, because then it frees up my adding abilities. I tell them to add me and I tell them to message me. So I said, love to connect, send me a message, send me a friend request. And again, it's nothing about business. And then I start connecting with people that way. And then second of all, in groups, what I do is I go up to the search bar and I type in keywords in that group. So keywords being stay-at-home mom, work from home, jobs from home, making money online, stuff like that. And it'll pull up posts. And whether they're from like a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago, if they have a lot of engagement on that post and I see comments like 1.5K comments, I'll go into those comment section. And again, regardless of when the post was posted, it'll usually be a lot of people saying following, interested. And most of the time it'll be a post that comes up and it says, I'm looking for legit stay-at-home jobs. No MLMs, please. So there'll be a whole bunch of comments. Doesn't matter. We're not MLM, whatever. I don't even think about that. I just go into the comments. I message everybody. Everybody that says or following, interested, there'll be people that'll go into the comments and they'll try to pitch their business saying, oh, I just started selling on Amazon. And then there'll be like 89 comments of people being like, interested, send me info, send me info. Well, now you already know that those people are already open to making money. Those people need to make money and they want to make money online. So I've now messaged all of those 89 people saying my usual cold message script that I do. And then I've messaged the other people that are saying interested in following, and I message everybody. So the groups are really, really easy. And as I message them, I add them as a friend because usually it goes to their requested folders. So if you don't add them as a friend, it will go to your requested folders. But that's what I do. That's how I find my people. I go into them. And you know what, even now, like when we're talking about it, there's sponsored ads that come up on Facebook where now, like if I'm talking about something like out loud during the day, it'll randomly pop up on my Facebook and I'll look and there's like 24,000 comments on it. I'm like, those are 24,000 people I need to go talk to because guess what? They're active on Facebook. They're commenting on, sometimes it's a useless ad on Facebook, but I'm like, if they have time to do that, they have time to do this, right? So I go on sponsored ads. I message people. I had one come up and it was work from home or selling Amazon, like being a distributor on Amazon or something like that. And there was so many people. How can I sell on Amazon? How can I start? And I was like, ours is no different. You just get paid more. So guess what? I went and messaged all of those people and I saved them. I take a screenshot of the sponsored ad. And sometimes if it's a person, sometimes if it's a person, then, they are doing some other company. And sometimes it's just like for Facebook ads, but you never know. If you pitch your business, then it could be something that they want. So sponsored ads are great. Groups are great. And then once you start, attracting the people that you want to be in your business. So right now, like I said, all my suggested friends that come up are all very successful people that are in other network marketing or in other businesses or just very active on Facebook. And it's because that's the type of people I've been adding because that's the type of people I want to attract in. So
Chera, quick question on what you were saying.
Yeah.
Quick question on what you're saying before. Do you private message all of them or comment on the post and ask them to message you?
I never comment. Never comment. You won't even know I'm there. I message everybody directly. So with Facebook, you have to be careful. You don't want to get in Facebook jail. So you don't just go and message, like if there's thousands of comments, you're not going to message 1,000 people a day. But I'll take a screenshot so I remember what group and what post that was, and I'll go back to it the next day or the next hour or whatever. So I usually do, if you're starting out, I would say start with 10 to 15 messages an hour for a bit. I don't want you to get in Facebook jail. I use their name, so I don't usually get in Facebook jail. But I don't comment on any posts. I don't post in there. I don't comment on the post saying I'll message you, nothing. I go to their name, press send message, send my message, then we're done.
Nice. So let me just back up quickly. First of all, this is gold. This is amazing because
it's a lot. I know.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of people always want to know, where do I find people, right? How many of you watching this video have ever said, or someone on your team, where do I find people? Okay. What Chera has just laid out for you can completely eliminate the need of trying to worry about where to find people if you're willing to put in the work. And it also goes back to what I did when I first got started in the industry, when I was working 2 jobs and I didn't have a network. I didn't have a following on Facebook. I went in groups. I went in Facebook groups and I was networking. I was connecting. I was building rapport. I was establishing relationships, getting to know people. And just from connecting with a ton of people in Facebook groups, I was able to build a 6-figure business online. So what Chera said, just to give you the steps, I heard you say that number 1, the group needs to be a group that you have something in common with. And so for you, you mentioned moms, you mentioned groups that have Canadian stay-at-home moms, for example, right?
Yeah.
And so once you find that group, okay, so I know that somebody said, what about health groups or fitness groups? The group needs to be a group that has people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in, right? So Chera, stay-at-home mom, and she's in Canada. So that's an interest that has things in common. So all of you watching this, you're going to find groups that have demographics of people who are interested in the same things you are. Then you do a post and you're going to take a picture. She's using one with her dog because that just, people just gravitate to that.
Yeah.
You do a welcome post. It's, hey, I'm new to the group. Woo, right? Say a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and in the welcome post, you are telling people to what, Chera?
So I actually have my post here. I can read it. It's really it's short and simple. So I say, hey y'all, I'm Chera. And like with every line, I have like an emoji, right? It's spaced out. So, hey y'all, I'm Chera, inappropriate and uncensored, love all things cannabis. Mom to 2 kids, which are 12 months apart, Irish twins. Speaking of which, I'm also a full-blown coffee addict. I own a restaurant. I have 2 fur babies. I have to change that now. I'm obsessed with. Anyone relate and want to connect, love making new friends. And then I put a picture. Bam. And that's it.
So guys, this is something that you want to create your own welcome post. It's short and sweet. It's not your whole life story, okay? It's short and sweet. But in that short and sweet welcome post, people are going to be able to connect. They're going to instantly know if they want to be friends with you, and they're going to comment, they're going to message you, they're going to friend you. And guess what you're doing? You're building your network of other like-minded people. So that's a huge tip that Chera just gave all of you. Another thing I heard you say is the search. So you're in the group. This is with a group of stay-at-home moms in Canada, or it's a group of people interested in pets, or a group of people interested in fitness, or whatever it is. And you go to the search bar and you type in the search, make money, work from home. So it's going to search posts within that group and look for other posts that people have already put in the group about having a home-based business, making money online, things like that. And then when she finds those posts, you've just opened up unlimited leads, basically, of people that have already connected, already commented, already engaged, who are interested in making money online. And so Chera reaches out to those people, right? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, yeah. And another one that I found in almost every group I'm in, no matter what, if it's like a Costco group, a shopping group, quadding, snowmobiling, like anything, if I put in inflation, almost every single time a post comes up, and it's people complaining about inflation or how they can't afford this, they can't afford that, or how crazy it is. If they can't afford and if they're complaining, they obviously need to make more money. So I'm messaging all those people too. So basically, open, like, just think of like anything really. Like if you look at our products, for instance, the sleep spray, okay, we'll go into like insomnia groups and sleep aid groups and kids groups. Like there's so much that you can build upon our products and get into those groups upon your interests as well, and just start with 1 a day or 2 a day and build off of that, right? So like, you know, if you're super passionate about being outside in nature, well, we have how many products that are good for outside in nature, for your muscles, for, you know, hiking and this and that, right? Like there's something you can build off of that. So go into those groups, search those keywords, and it's going to pull up something. Like I said, the inflation one for me, I tested it this month, and it's in every group, somebody's talking about the inflation. So there's been like hundreds of people where I can contact because they're all upset about the inflation.
I love it. I love it. Guys, you getting value? If you are, drop a like, drop a comment. Let us know you're still with us. All right. So I've got the next part of your 333. I don't know if you've already covered this, but I'll throw this up here and let you kind of continue through the training.
So another one that I don't think I touched on was the stories. When you go to somebody's page, or maybe I did, I'm sorry. If I did, but regardless, you should be doing this every day, no matter what, is going through your stories and commenting, or not commenting, because now there's a comment section, which I just figured out. They either have like a comment or a message. There's like a comment section or a little message bubble. Never put it in the comments. Always press the message head and message them, because then it goes into their inbox. And what I have found is every single person that I've messaged this month through their stories consistently has now started to see my stories. My stories views are now up to like 336 views a day, or a story, because I've been commenting on so many other stories that now mine's kind of coming up their chain, right? So stories are a great way to connect with people, and it puts you in their inbox immediately, and it doesn't have to be.
Chera, I just want to give everyone a quick visual in case they don't know. When you go to your feed on Facebook, at the top, you've got these big boxes here, and those are the stories. Let me just really quick change my thing here. There we go. So you've got your stories up here, and when you go through those, you are clicking on all of these, and when you click on the story and it pulls up someone's story, are you like hearting and liking, and then you're sending them a message right from their story?
Yeah. So I press a few hearts, always hearts. And then I press the message. And like I said, now it used to be one where you could you press it and it just went to message and you could comment in it. But now some of them have comments and some of them have an actual message bubble. So make sure you're always messaging, and it says message on it.
Right. So when you click on message, then it'll pull up and it actually says send message. So when you're doing this, what you're doing is you're building more of a connection with them by engaging with their stories. What are some examples of if you're just randomly going through people's stories and sending them messages, does the message they receive, it shows them that you're responding to their story, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So,
it's not like you're just sending them a random message and they're like, well, like they know that you're responding to their story.
Yeah. So like it'll, like, for instance, if a girl puts up a picture and she's like, oh, I just got this new purse today, I'll come back and be like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's beautiful. You know, just something personal. Stories are personal, right? So when you're commenting on their story, you've now made a personal connection because you've personally connected with them. I'm not just sending a heart and being on with it. I've now put something in there saying, oh my goodness, love it, or wow, that's a beautiful view, or that shake looks great, or where are you? I'm in Canada, it's freezing, how are you on the beach? You know, something like that. But just try to connect randomly with them, and like just connect with the story somehow.
This is great. I love it. So this is part of your DMO. You're doing this every day, going through your stories, and not just hearting and liking, but you're hitting send message, which is when you send the message, just so everyone knows, it is going to send them a message to their inbox, but it's like essentially you're replying to their story. So when they receive the message, it's going to show their story that you responded to that specific story. So doing this throughout the day, it's getting more people. You're in their face, and they're gonna want to connect with you as well.
Yeah, and like kind of with the DMO thing, it's the same thing I do with birthdays. Every single day, I search birthdays and see whose birthday it is. And I don't go comment on their wall, because how many people comment on their wall saying happy birthday? They go through, they like it. Well, that's cool. There's 300 other people that just said happy birthday too. But when you go and you send them a personalized message with their name saying, hey, Erin, happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day today, and cheers to a more amazing rest of 2023 is what I say. And then I send a bunch of emojis, send. Well, now they're going to pull that up and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, they've never talked to me, but thank you so much for, messaging me. And now I'm again in their messenger. So my stuff will start popping up on their feeds because that's how the Facebook algorithm works. So it's a really great way to just get that engagement on your Facebook, basically. So for the next part of it, the 333 is also really, really good with following up with people. If I've sent somebody a message, we've chatted, I've already sent them my link to the business, and I say, usually, take a watch, get back to me when you're done. I'd say 40% usually get back to me when they're done. If that, usually it consists of me following up with them, right? Nobody actually comes back and says, oh my gosh, I'm going to sign up right this second. I mean, some do, not all, right? So that it works for your follow-up. So what I will do is I will always go back into my list for the week. Every Thursday, I'm still stuck on Thursdays because that's how our old system was. So every Thursday is still my follow-up day, my cutoff day, as we say it. But I use Thursdays. And Thursdays I go back and I message everybody that I chatted with or that I sent the link to that week. When I do the 333 method, and if I've sent them message and reply or follow up, and they're just reading it, not responding, they're kind of ghosting you. You know what I will do is I won't be gone. I will go to their page and I will start commenting on their stuff. I will start commenting on their stories. I'll start liking all their pictures because I'm like, oh, I'm still here. Like, I know I'm still here. So I'm going to be here unless you block me. So I do that. And that's a great way. And, I've had so many people months and months later come back to me and be like, yeah, I'm ready. I know it's been a few months, but I'm ready. But you stayed consistent. You talked to me. And, I still, do I message them 20 times a day, 20 times a week saying, hey, where are you? What are you doing? No, I don't. But I just make sure that they know that I'm still there. And I make sure that they know they were already interested. So I know they're interested. They've probably just given themselves some self-doubt, but I'm going to keep showing my stuff on their feed. So I just make myself relevant still. So it's really good for following up. When it says use to re-engage team, a lot of people bring in a bunch of team members and affiliates. Some, really run with it, and some just get really, really overwhelmed. And it's okay. It's an overwhelming thing. I mean, you're starting a business, so it is an overwhelming thing, but some people just don't really know where to start, or, life happens, and it does, and it happens all the time. So life has happened and they've kind of, come down a bit, and you haven't chatted with them in a while. Use it and go talk to them. Go back, and if they're still in your group chat, they're there for a reason. If they're still in your group, they're there for a reason. They're still in your downline and they're still active, then you know what? They're still there. They're still holding on to hope. They just need that little extra push. So use that to re-engage them. Go chat with them, go reply to their stories, and maybe they have something in their story and you're like, wow, well, yeah, you've been going through a lot. Like, how have you been? Or you just start conversating with them again and talking to them. And sometimes, most of the time, actually, people will be like, you know what? It's been 3 months since we chatted and I really want to give this another go. And then that brings it up again. So it's a really good way to re-engage people too that you've talked to. And yeah, the follow-ups, the re-engage and the follow-up is a great way for it to be. And I'm trying to see, and to get attention, I've talked about that. And then, yeah. So yeah, that goes with the whole, that second part there.
That's quick question. How much time are you spending every day doing all of this?
Okay. The question I love. You know what? I tell everybody because, when I first started, it was whenever I could. It was when I just had a baby, when I had 2 babies, and sometimes it would be an hour at 3 a.m. when I was feeding. But my very first month was very, very successful. And then it grew from there because I never went a day without doing at least 1 hour, at least. So I always tell everybody do at least, and you know what? You can do a lot in 1 hour. Trust me on that. You can do all of your DMOs in 1 hour easily, 10 people a day, super, super easy. But now, I mean, okay, so I have 2 kids, 3 dogs, a restaurant, and this business. I have over 800 affiliates under me. So it's become more of it's a daily, it's all day. I mean, honestly, I do it all day because that's what I love to do. I am helping somebody all day. I'm either in 3-way chats, I'm chatting with people. But if you're asking me when I do my DMO, my 7 daily actions, some days it's right before bed for half an hour. And I'm like, I need to get this out. I need to get it done. And it's an hour, 30 minutes. But I mean, I personally spend a lot because I'm always helping somebody or doing something for myself with it. But if you needed to make this work, you could definitely do it with an hour a day.
Absolutely. And that kind of reminds me of when I started in this industry. I was working 2 jobs. I didn't have a lot of time. I had 2 little kids at home as well. And it was whenever I had a chance. It was in the middle of the night. It was on my way to work. It was on my way from work. It was on my lunch break. It was at least, no matter how busy you are in life, if you're serious about this business, you can spend at least 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day of consistent follow-ups, prospecting, networking, applying this method. Even if you're doing this business part-time, you can find at least an hour, but between an hour to 2 hours every day, just in the in-between times, throughout each day. So Clarence just has a random question. When you sign up new people, do you create a Facebook group to put them in? So this is more of a little off topic, but thought we'd answer it anyway. Do you, for your team, people that join your team, do you have your own? I know obviously we have our Power Team Facebook group, but what are you doing with your team? Just really quick on this one.
I keep it the same throughout. So I have my own, obviously, Facebook group for my team, but they know to join 2 groups. It's my team group and the Power Team. So as soon as they join, I put them in the Power Team. I usually am messaging Erin every day saying, can you please accept this person? And then I'm putting them in my group, which is just, it's basically a copycat of the Power Team so that I can, keep a little bit more track, be a little bit more direct with people. So I know who I'm focusing on. And that's all that is. But I put them into the both, and everything that you get is what we get, and vice versa. It's all shared. So I try to keep it as simple as possible. I don't want them, joining this group and joining this group and doing this training and doing this training. I want it to be as simple as possible. Join these 2 groups. This is, our big team. This is my upline. This is who I've learned from. And then this is my direct team, where we just do our little shout outs that your daily wins kind of thing. We do our little shout outs in it. But other than that, I keep it to both.
Love it. I'm sure you've got some more stuff that you want to cover, Chera. I just want to quickly just randomly show people something. When it comes to Facebook, right? A lot of this training and what Chera's done with her using this method and how she's built such an incredible team is this thing called attraction marketing, right? I mean, that's what really all of this is she's connecting with people, building networks, building relationships. And I just want to make sure everyone realizes the whole planting seed thing, right? She mentioned this, and I can attest this as well. I've got people that I have prospected that have told me no for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then finally they're ready, right? Sometimes it's a month later, it's a week later, sometimes it's a year later. But when you continue to fill your pipeline and you continue to grow your network, and you're being authentic and you're being real and you're putting out good content, you may have people join with you months or years later. So keep that in mind. And I just wanted to show everybody your profile. Make sure that you guys, when you have your Facebook page, pull your page up. Your profile picture needs to be you, right? A picture of you, somewhat of a selfie. Nice cover photo, could be family. And then, we could go through like your whole profile and show people some cool stuff, but I just wanted to at least let people see this. Is your profile on Facebook, is it inviting Is it going to attract people to be like, oh, this person looks interesting? Or is it going to repel people from you? So just things to keep in mind. So Chera, what else you got for us?
Yeah, to touch on that, that's great. That was like kind of my next points, and that's why I was quickly writing them down so I don't forget. But a lot of it is, people don't join the business, they join you. So when the first thing somebody's going to do, you're going to message them. The first thing they're going to do, because I know I do it constantly, is go to their profile and see, is this person legit? Is like, who is this person? And what are they all about? Right. So you need to know, like, your Facebook is the front and center. That is your job interview, your resume, that's everything. Right. So as soon as they come to your profile, they need to know, like, you're legit. This is you. This is what you're doing. You're so passionate about what you do in your business. They want to be with you and sell the lifestyle, because you know what? A lot of people are scared of it, thinking that like it's, oh, I can't do this. I don't know a lot of people, or, I need to be a certain type of person. I need to be a salesperson, or I have, like they come up with all the kinds of excuses, but make sure that you're selling the lifestyle. And people want to know that everyday people can do this, and that you're a positive person, that they want to join, that you're going to help them, right? So if they come to your page and all you're doing is sharing a bunch of cooking recipes, or you're sharing, like, you're just sharing a bunch of stuff on Facebook daily, or your page is negative. I mean, most of the people that are on our team, I wouldn't say are negative. So that's fine, because we do go through your profiles before we message you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But if people come to your page and there's nothing about your business on there, and there's just you sharing a bunch of random stuff on Facebook, well, it doesn't really look like you're that serious about your business, or that you're that super passionate about your products or your team. So soon as you start, being just like I said, when I first started, I knew none of my friends were going to be in it. I came from another company. They were so sick of listening to my facial routines and my skincare routines that I knew. So I was like, you know what? I already know a lot of people none of my friends are going to do this. That's fine. I'm still going to do it. But soon as I started, I went to the global leaderboard and I just started following all the people that were on that leaderboard. I went to Aaron's team, and Aaron and Kathy really didn't know me, but I just acted like they were my absolute best friends in the world. And I was so excited for their success. And I mean, I was, but I used their success to help me build mine, because they've already had the success. So why not use somebody that's had the success that you can help, that I have access to? Whereas I can say, hey, this person just joined my team. I told them all about your success. Can you talk to them? Because you're not fake, right? Like, you want to make sure it's somebody you know. So use me. If you're on my team, use me. Use my success. Everybody here is on Aaron's team, or, somebody that you have an upline for, use your upline as their success. And just, who cares if you know them? Who cares if you've had even a conversation with them? I bet you anything, once you start posting the heck out of them, they're going to start having conversations with you, because they're going to be like, who's this girl? So that was the first thing I did, is I celebrated everybody I could, even though they didn't know me and I didn't know them. But I was like, look at how many people are having success here. It's going to be me. And then that's how it's you, right? So the more that you're passionate about it and you're excited, that exudes onto people. People want to be a part of something that they can be excited with, and they want to be a part of a team that has so much fun and does fun stuff and is posting fun things. And the products sell. I say it to everybody, the products sell themselves. You don't have to be a salesperson here, because the products sell. People need them and want them. But sell the lifestyle, have fun with it, and don't take yourself so seriously with it.
I love it. By the way, guys, some of the scripts. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you want the scripts that Chera uses? If you want the scripts, drop a comment and say yes. Who wants the scripts? Let's see how many yeses we can get right now. But aside from that, Chera, what else do we got? I mean, we don't want to go too much longer. So
no.
just think about, I mean, I know you may have some other notes, but just think about the brand new person getting started, or someone who's struggling. What are the tips, the strategies, anything else when it comes to this method that you're using? to help to lift people up, help to inspire someone, to give them what they need to make sure that by the time they finish watching this training, because we're going to keep this as a replay. So affiliates and MDC are going to be watching this months from now. What can we give them so they know, okay, I know what to do, and I'm going to go take action on this, and I'm going to go have success. What do we got for them?
So being completely 100 with you all, when I started, I did not start with the trainings and all that. I didn't. I just went full force. I was like, give me some scripts, tell me what to message people. My upline told me, she said, okay, so go to groups and start joining and start messaging random people. And I'm like, random people? There's no way. I can't message random people. That's weird. She's like, no, just do it. Soon as you do it, it's literally natural, because that's what Facebook is for. Facebook was made to connect with people all over the world. So I don't know why we have it in our heads that we can't message somebody randomly out of the blue, because that's what it's made for. That's what this platform is for. So soon as I did that, I was like, this is so easy, because I was always worried that all my friends and family were going to judge me. I didn't want to. I had my chicken list, right? So I didn't want to go on my chicken list. I wanted to make it new people, but I was scared of new people. So as soon as I got the scripts, I just started messaging everybody. And I was like, I Googled how many people were on Facebook. So I was like, how many people can I reach out to on Facebook? There's billions. So I've got a long ways to go. But that's how many people you can connect with. You can connect with somebody all over the world. So my biggest piece of advice was just learn as you earn. Just learn, because you're not going to learn it all. You're really not going to, if you sit there for hours upon hours, and we have so many amazing trainings, but you're going to feel so overwhelmed. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to do this and this and the website and this. And like, how do I do that? Just do it. Just go out, send messages, send 10 messages, get it done. As soon as somebody says, I need it, or yeah, I'm interested, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, somebody replied and they want information. What do I do? That's how you learn. You're going to message me. You're going to message Aaron. You're going to message your upline. You're going to say, this person just asked for info. And then I'm going to walk you through how to talk to that person, what info to send them, when to properly send the info. But that's how you're going to learn. You're not going to learn by doing hours upon hours of training. And I'm not saying skip the training and just, you need to do some. However, just start, because you need to learn while you learn.
So you are an action taker.
Yeah.
And that's why you're successful. You're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to look dumb, right?
Yeah,
because that's what stops people. And so everyone watching this video, I want to make sure that you are going to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to make a decision that you're going to just take action, right? One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make is what Chera said is, let me just go through all the training. The training's always going to be there. And yes, you should go through training, but you've got to stumble. You've got to take the action and just go message people. And I love getting the messages from Chera over the years. And it's like, hey, I've got this person. They're interested. Now what do I do? Well, do this. Send them this. Okay, they said this. Now what do I do? Do this, right? So we're there to help you along the way. And now Chera is a freight train just blazing on her own and doesn't need my help anymore, right?
I still need you. Can't go anywhere. I still need you.
It's all good. I'm always here for you. You know that.
Another thing too, on top of that is, a lot of people just do their quick launch post and think, okay, I've done my launch post, but nobody's messaged me and nobody's commented. Oh my gosh, nobody wants this. People won't, because people don't like to admit that they need help. So they won't come to you being like, oh my gosh, I just seen that you did something. I need money. Most of the time. I mean, maybe 1% of people will, but most of the time they won't. So unless you reach out to them, then they're going to be like, oh my gosh, yes, actually I am more interested. Or I read your post. I was a little interested. I just didn't really know. They don't usually take the time to reach out to you until you start the conversation. So go through your whole entire friends Facebook group or friends list and message everybody and tell them, hey, I just started this new business. I would love your feedback. Tell me if you like it or not. And positive feedback, negative feedback, who cares? You're still going to make money with or without them, right? So you have to have that mentality in your head that unless they're paying your bills, if their negative feedback comes back at you, you can't take it to heart. You can't take anything to heart in this industry, most like any business actually, because I have people in the restaurant. I have staff and they leave and I sit there and cry because I'm like, oh my gosh, you get so attached to people, but you can't because it is a business and you're going to have the negative feedback. You're going to have the negativity, but you're also going to have the really highs and the really positive too. So don't be scared to reach out to people, and people actually really respect you when you do. And they really thank you because you don't know what is happening behind closed doors and what those people might need, right? Even if you're thinking like, oh no, that person has a great life. They're on the boat last weekend. You don't know that they could be struggling and they could just need that extra $100 a day, $100 a month. Like you don't know until you reach out. And it's okay if they say no, but you don't know if they're going to say no. And like that's another whole nother training is the go for no. But if you tried to get 10 no's a day, it's almost impossible. You're not going to get 10 no's. If you sat there all day long messaging people trying to get 10 no's, I've never done it. I've never been able to get 10 no's. So it's people like when you reach out. So don't be scared to reach out. And if they're negative, then maybe they weren't really meant to be. And I've had to cut a lot of people out. So
I love it. Quick question. Obviously this is going to be different for everyone based on where your passion is. But the question is, are you focused more on the product and getting customers or on the business and recruiting affiliates? Now, I know you do both, but how would you answer that?
You know, I didn't do both. Until this year, I would say, because my first year, and I remember doing a couple trainings on it, I only had, what was it, 2-3 customers. And that was the year that I hit 25K affiliate. So everybody was like, how do you only have 3 customers total that you've ever signed up in your 25K affiliate? Because I told myself I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to make sales. I'm not salesy. I post so many stories, and that's another thing. Don't post on your wall more than once a day. Like maybe if you want to do twice, maybe if there's a sale, I'll do twice, or if I have something super exciting. But on my Facebook wall, I post once a day, maybe once every 2 days. And it's something motivational or, about the team or something that draws people in. However, on my stories, I am usually so obnoxious. I show literally everything. Like if I'm pouring a cup of the XC trim, guess what? It's going on my story. If I'm drinking my body milkshake, it's going on my story. If I'm washing my kids' hair with the hemp, it's on my story. Like I'm just constantly showing, and that soon, like if you keep doing it constantly, people feel a need. Like think about a commercial when you see it on TV. You keep seeing that Wendy's commercial with that stupid new burger, and you're like, oh my God, finally I need that burger, right? Like you crave it. So it's no different when people are seeing your stories. If you're constantly posting about body melt, you're constantly posting about the sprays, people are gonna be like, what the heck is it that you're using? I need it. Like they just want it, right? So just be obnoxious. Take whatever product you have, be obnoxious with it, and then go find testimonies from the team and put it on your stories and just hype it up so much. Even if you're brand new and you haven't got the results yet, take everybody else's results and just hype it the heck up. Like there's always something. Like go to our, like I know in our group, we celebrate everybody's, as soon as they become executives, we celebrate that. As soon as they hit 1K, go find the 1Ks, go find the 5Ks, go find the 10Ks, just put them on your wall, start hyping everybody up. People are going to be drawn to you as soon as they find that you're passionate and that you're serious and that you're in this. Like you're in it to win it. They want to be with you, right? If you post one thing and then it's radio silence and you're like, why has nobody commented on my launch post? Have you messaged? Have you been consistent posting? No. And like I said, those things will literally take you 30 minutes if you do it correctly.
I love it. Incredible value, Chera. Thank you so much for doing this. So the scripts are in the description of this video. And Chera, if there's any others, send them to me as soon as we're done and I'll put them in there. But on YouTube, where you're watching this, whether you're live or the replay, you'll have to look for it based on if you're on a computer or on your cell phone. But if you go into the description of this video on YouTube, we have the scripts there for you. Thank you, Chera. This is awesome, incredible value. Guys, we are going to continue to interview the leaders on our team and maybe other leaders in the company that are having success, that are getting results, that are leading from the front, that are making it happen. So make sure, if you haven't already, that you subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, click the little bell so you're notified when we put out new trainings for you. We've actually got a new training we're going to be posting tomorrow for everyone that you're going to love. So don't miss it. If you got some value, drop a like, drop a comment, share this video with your team. And Chera, I'm going to turn it over to you to give everyone any final words of advice or wisdom that you have.
Final thoughts. Honestly, I was on a training yesterday with Candace Bird Davis's team, and one thing that really, really, really stuck with me is the amount of trainings that you show up to live really changes everything for you, because you're just live. So you're putting in that time no matter what's going on around you. You're not making the excuses. You can either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. And also the other big one for me, because I've always said this and it really made me take a step back, was everybody always says everybody has the same 24 hours in the day, where not everybody has the same 24 hours in the day, because you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 22. One person, me, could have 10 kids and a busy life, but I'm still, here, where the other person has so much going on and they don't have the same. Your days are not the same. So stop comparing your results to other people. Instead, start celebrating their results. And then that's when you'll start getting results too. So don't ever feel like, oh my goodness, this person just joined today and she's already 1K affiliate. She's already on the leaderboard. And I joined, a week ago and I'm not even made a sale yet. You cannot compare your journey to anybody else. And you can't compare your 24 hours to anybody else's 24 hours, because you never know how much time they're putting in compared to how much time you're putting in, or how much time is available to them. Right. So don't compare your journey, because everybody's journey is different. It is a process. We were never meant to build this overnight. So just because, you know, some of us had overnight success with it doesn't mean everybody's going to have overnight success with it. However, you can have very, very, very life-changing results very quickly if you just stay consistent. And that's it. We're not always going to have the motivation, but if you keep the consistency, then you'll be good.
Woo! Thank you, Chera. You're awesome. We appreciate you so much.
Love you guys.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.